As the undefeated 4-0 Mississippi State Bulldogs play host to the Tennessee Volunteers, ranked 15th in the country. It is the SEC opener for Mississippi State. Tennessee, of course, trying to pick up their first conference win after losing to Georgia a couple of weeks ago. It will be a fun afternoon of football. It's a great day to be an SEC football fan. 60,000 on hand for this, what will be, we hope, a remarkable offensive show with these two high-powered offenses. But this place has been busting at the seams for the last 90 minutes. It's been a while since Bulldog fans have had a chance to be on their feet and hope their team can pick up a big conference win. And we welcome you to a raucous Davis Wade Stadium as you're watching SEC football presented by Sonic. This is the SEC on ESPN. There is certainly a vibe in this building that we have not felt in a while. Dave Neal alongside Fozzie Whitaker, Morgan Uber down on the sideline. And Fozzie, let's start with this Mississippi State team. Obviously, this is a group that last year just 2 wins. Already doubled that total, knocked on the door of the top 25. They're 4-0 for the first time since 2014. What the heck is going on here?
Yeah, Coach Levy lives by these 3 words, playing fast, free, and loose. And these guys have been able to do that, cutting it loose every single week. And they're playing some really good football right now in the SEC.
And certainly the Tennessee, the faithful, they brought a ton of fans here. There's a lot of orange in the middle of this wideout, but this is a Tennessee team that's trying to pick up their first conference win. Of course, they lose to Georgia a couple of weeks ago, but yet they're ranked 15. They're scoring points at a remarkable record pace. What do you like about Tennessee right now?
Yeah, they got playmakers on both sides of the ball, offensively, defensively. Whenever this team plays complementary football, including the special teams, then this is one of the best teams in the country.
Well, this guy right here, Joey Aguilar, has captured the attention of the country. Blake Shapen on the other side, too, coming off an injury from last year when he had a shoulder problem. Missed the last 2/3 of the season. He's healthy. Both these guys have been phenomenal. Let's start, though, with Tennessee and what Joey Aguilar certainly has done, and Blake Shapen and what he has meant to his team.
Yeah, Joey Aguilar has shown confidence at the quarterback position. You talk about somebody being explosive and having firepower with his arm. That's what Joey Aguilar brings to the table. One of the best deep ball throwers in the nation, and that's why this Tennessee offense is so explosive. On the flip side, Blake Shapen has been that calm, steady hand at the quarterback position for Levy, and by doing what he's been able to do over the past 4 weeks, these offenses showcase why they have explosive, atomic breath level from Godzilla type of firepower.
That is a good way to put it. These are 2 offenses that love the big play. They score a bunch of points, and they will score quickly. Well, certainly Joey Aguilar has been a blessing for that man, Josh Heupel, what he's brought to this team, this offense. For more on his story, let's go down to Morgan.
Well, it's been a long journey for the 24-year-old quarterback, Joey Aguilar, who didn't receive a single Division I scholarship offer out of high school. His unique timeline includes stops at 2 different JUCOs over the span of 3 years. And before every game, he runs out, takes a moment, sits on the 6-yard line, and reflects on all he's gone through to get here to this point. This week, though, he takes the field with a heavy heart, following the passing of his former App State head coach, Sean Clark. One of the first coaches to take a chance on him, giving Aguilar his first FBS opportunity. Aguilar telling me Clark was a great coach, but an even better person. Through their relationship, Clark helped Aguilar deepen his faith, the foundation that's guided him through all the ups and downs and leading him to Tennessee.
This is obviously a huge setting, a huge environment for a young man that played at App State the last couple of years now. He did play at Clemson last year, so he has been in these environments at least somewhat, but I don't know that you've been in one of these environments.
Yeah, this atmosphere is completely electric, a little bit different. You get the cowbells going, it makes it hard to communicate on the field, but they're going to need communication if they want to have success.
And we are underway in Starkville as this kick sails through the back of the end zone. Mississippi State won the coin toss. They wanted the football first, and they will have it at the 25-yard line. Blake Shapen, you see some of the numbers for him. 19 straight games with a touchdown pass, averaging about 221 per game this year through the air. Not his best game last week. Matter of fact, came off the field talking to his coach, Jeff Levy, and said, hey, coach, I just wasn't very good today. And he's like, listen, if you weren't very good and we still won 38-7, 38-10, we did okay.
Yeah, Blake Shapen had a tremendous second half. They're going to need to pick up where they left off from last week's game.
First down and 10 from the 25. Shapen throws, quick hitter. That one's caught by Jordan Mosley. They're going to mark him back behind the line of scrimmage at the 23-yard line, so a loss of 2 right out of the gate. Mosley's helmet comes off, so he'll have to depart for a play. Checking in is Aiden Williams, the junior receiver, in his spot. Tempo, tempo, tempo for these two teams. Bothwell is your running back. They will hand it to Fluff. Big collision at the 25, and there's 4 orange jerseys pushing him back. Farouk, the first one there to lead the charge. This secondary today going to be tested. Arian Carter's, I mean, there are some good linebackers in the league, but Arian, one of the best.
No doubt about it.
4-man rush by the Vols. Shapen, pocket collapses, and another sack for Tennessee. Number 16 this season, Dom Bailey getting it done.
And this is where Tennessee has feasted all season long. 15 sacks coming into this game. 3rd and long is where they like to have their opponents. And you see Dominic Bailey moving and just being relentless at the point of attack, getting their first sack on the day.
Ethan Pulliam will punt it away. Ethan had a great game last weekend against Northern Illinois, averaged over 50 yards per punt. No flag down. Some bodies went flying. And there's a loose ball back at the 20. There's a pile up. Do the Bulldogs have it? The scrum is on. It will be Bulldog football.
And you see, left-footed punter, the ball spins a little bit differently. Staley's not used to probably catching it from that direction. And then Xavier Gayton, the first guy down there, able to pick it up and obviously create the first big play in this game. It's a huge momentum break for this offense to be able to get back on the field. And now you're doing that in the red zone at the 20-yard line.
We'll talk more about this later, but you and I were just talking before the game down the field about the spin off a left-footed punter. You were a great return man, so you understand it. Camario Taylor checks in at quarterback. Little razzle-dazzle now from the Bulldogs. They get it to Anthony Evans, and he'll be close to the 20. Camario Taylor is the freshman quarterback, the true freshman quarterback. They have a little package for him. We'll see him 2 or 3 times, specifically usually in short yardage situations. Here's Shapen now at quarterback. Again, a little end around. It's Camario Taylor. It's a little stiff arm down to the 15. Well played by Tennessee to string that one out. Limit the game to 2 or 3 yards. Carter there making the play.
See the substitution opportunity here. Third down. Obviously, Tennessee already showcased what they did last third down. With it being in the red zone, expect Tennessee to bring some pressure, try to get the ball out of Blake Shapen's hands quickly.
So third down, let's call it 5. Shapen takes it himself. He's inside the 10. That should be good enough for the first down. Turrentine able to make the stop, but it'll be first and goal, Bulldogs.
And what a great call by Coach Levy here, using that lead blocker. Blake Shapen going to go get it. Doing a great job picking up the first down.
Little pistol formation with Devon Booth behind Shapen. They give it to Booth. He is wrapped up immediately. Joshua Joseph. And there comes some flags.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 19.
That's not a smart play. Whistle has already been blown, obviously for a progress stop. Joshua Joseph, just a little too much activity after the play. Going to get flagged for that. And the momentum continues to stay on Mississippi State's side.
Fluff Bothwell in the game. Inside, handoff, touchdown, Mississippi State.
Jeff Levy calls the counter play. Seydou Traore leading up on the best linebacker in the conference. And then Fluff Bothwell does the rest, and he celebrates as they turn what was a turnover into a positive touchdown for the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
The 5th rushing touchdown of the season for Fluff Bothwell, the transfer from South Alabama. A big part of this new look offense. When we come back, speaking of offense, we'll get to see this explosive group that's averaging over 50 points a game when we come back. Bulldogs, the benefit of a Tennessee turnover on a punt return. Take advantage and post 7 to take the lead. 11:49 to go here in the first quarter. We are moments away from seeing this high-powered Tennessee offense back on the field after Fluff Bothwell's 5-yard touchdown run. Kyle Ferry's kick almost went through the uprights. I think everybody's a little jacked up right now. Well, here comes Joey Aguilar and this Tennessee offense. We talk about some of the numbers. It is crazy. 554 yards of offense a game. Second best in the SEC, top 10 in the country. They're scoring 53.5 points. That's first in the league and 5th in the country. And this guy's been their trigger man.
Yeah, 200 passing yards in all of his career starts. Then those wide splits. It's a constant in Josh Heupel's offense. Be alert for them to take some shots throughout the day with these high-powered receivers.
Aguilar throws down the middle, has a man. It is caught by Braylon Staley. He's at midfield, and quickly Tennessee in Mississippi State territory after that 26-yard pickup. Ball's going fast to Sean Bishop. He'll get a couple of yards. Three-headed monster in the backfield as Lewis, Thomas, Bishop will all three be very active running backs for Tennessee today. Aguilar's throws a little bit high. There is no flag. There it is. It came in a little bit late. Brazel being covered by Kelly Jones. That is an NFL-type matchup.
Number 1. Ball will be spotted at the spot of the foul. First down.
Yeah, you and I were salivating about this matchup. 6'4 versus 6'5, one-on-one. And you can see the tug of the jersey right there by Kelly Jones right at the end before Chris Brazel can get his hand on the ball. Referees were on to that. They're going to call that each time.
Fresh set of downs now for Tennessee. From the 34. Keep it on the ground. Going with Bishop, left side. Breaks a tackle, falls forward, picks up a dozen and a first down. Jaron Manning comes up, the senior out of New Orleans, who transferred in from Old Dominion, making the tackle. Dump it off near side. Kitzelman, the tight end, to the 20. Gain of 3. Zachary Tillman there making a play.
This offense likes to use Kitzelman right on the middle of the field, especially in opportunities like this. He just received the screen, but you got to be alert for him. He's a game breaker for this offense.
Aguilar under pressure, pass is caught. No gain on the play. Staley making the catch. Zachary Tillman.
Zachary Tillman does a great job securing the tackle. That pressure by the backside safety, Jaron Manning, forced Joey Aguilar to get the ball out quickly. 37. Got to be smart with the football here in the red zone.
Third down, Tennessee at 58% on third down conversions, 11th in the country. Aguilar passes, dropped at the 10-yard line. Looking for Staley. Manning was right there with him. And here comes the Tennessee kicking unit.
Tight man-to-man coverage. You got pressure by Bam Bam Williams, and Staley just unable to haul that in. That's a catch he should be able to make every single time, and that's 2 times that we've seen Staley put the ball on the ground in critical situations.
Here's Max Gilbert, 6 of 7 this year. Hit a 53-yarder against East Tennessee State. This will be from 38. Just inside the near hash mark. The operation is clean. And the kick is perfect. The Vols on the board. Bulldogs lead at 7-3 here in the first quarter.
SEC Network Football is presented by Salted Caramel Toffee Iced Coffee for only $2.99. Live free. Eat Sonic.
7-3 ball game. Just over 9 minutes to go opening quarter. Dave Neal, Fozzie Whitaker, Morgan Uber down on the sidelines. Glad you could join us from Starkville. Time now for kind of a big deal brought to you by Old. We'll get to that in just a moment. Let's get this kick situated first. As Tennessee had a couple of nice plays, but drive stalled out a moment ago. And they get the 38-yard field goal from Max Gilbert. Mississippi State, the recipient of a fumbled punt, set up their first touchdown. This kick will go over the head of Devon Booth. So now it's time for kind of a big deal, brought to you by Old Trapper, and you've highlighted a couple players you can't wait to see today.
Yeah, for Mississippi State, Fluff Bothwell already leaving his impact. They have to run the ball effectively in order to set up play action. Joshua Josephs for Tennessee, stop the run on the way to the quarterback, get Blake Shapen off of his mark, and Ty Redmond, the freshman, 4 PBUs and an interception. He will be tested by Brendan Thompson and Anthony Evans and Jordan Mosley on the corner position. Yeah,
we talked to Tim Banks, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, about Redmond. He says he's playing really well, but every team's going to come at him to see just if he can hold up. First quarter, first half, been busy days for Mr. Redmond. First down and 10 from that far hash mark. Devon Booth will start this drive, and he gets the football here, trying to kick it to the outside. And strung out nicely. Colton Hood, the transfer from Colorado, who has been a magnificent. We talk about Joey Aguilar being a big addition. This guy with the depth issues in the secondary has been massive
Yeah, and showed up and played big time for this defense.
Thompson goes in motion. Shapen keeps it, spins across the 25, gets a yard, so a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and 9 coming up. T-Lander there to make another play from his linebacker spot. Boy, this Tennessee defense, they just give up 93 yards a game on the ground now.
That's why Fluff Bothwell is so important, being able to open up the rest of the offense for Mississippi State if they can get the ground game going.
Shapen looking to throw, but will tuck it and run. Makes a move at the 30. Arion Carter hanging right there with Shapen. Did not get faked out and made the play. Somebody lost a helmet down there. I couldn't see who was.
So you're going to see Carter situated right there in that position. He's spying on Blake Shapen. Blake Shapen last week picked up a couple first downs with his legs. Arion Carter not fooled by some of the mishaps and shakes and jives that Blake Shapen threw out there. A good job stopping him short of the first down.
Staley. This one takes a favorable bounce, and he has to let it go. It's going to be down at the 1, inside the 1-yard line. A 67-yard punt from the former Mississippi State Bulldog baseball player who is now a full-time punter.
Yeah, you got to catch this ball if you're Staley, but we've already seen him drop one. He throws for the fair catch, and then that ball gets away from him. You got to field it. You can't allow those defenders in that ball to keep rolling and now set up your offense inside of their own 1-yard line there. Great punt by Ethan Poole.
The way Tennessee moves the football, they're probably just thinking, hey, man, we just adds to our stats. We got a 99-yard drive right in front of us. We'll see if they can pull it off. Out of the end zone. Thomas, shy of the 5. Jalen Smith, the former Tennessee Vol who transferred this year to Mississippi State, making the play. You know it's a big day for him.
Absolutely, emotions running high. Gets his first tackle on the day, and that probably means a lot to settle him in for the rest of this game.
18 on the year for Jalen Smith, the sophomore out of Grayson High School, just outside of Atlanta. Aguilar, pump fakes, goes deep over the middle, pass is caught. It is caught by Matthews, and he's dragged down barely by Brumfield, or that thing was going to go 95 yards. A 39-yard pickup.
You try to get some space from you back in the shadows of your own end zone. That's one way. Throw it up to number 4. But maximum protection allowed Joey Aguilar to pump fake it and then hit his guy downfield to get them 39-yard gain.
Whistles will stop the play.
The previous play is under further review, looking for the correct spot.
Well, I wonder if that was something that came from the Tennessee bench.
That's interesting. I mean, whenever he did get rolled up on, he might have landed on top of Diego Brumfield to get a couple additional yards after the fact, but I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary. And take a look here. He tries to throw the stiff arm. It's a great catch, and Brumfield hanging on for dear life. Yeah, and it appears he's down there as his elbow and hip hits the ground. So he's up that entire time.
After video review, the ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line.
So actually, hopefully it wasn't Tennessee that was barking about the spot because they just lost 4. Right.
Well, good job by the officials actually catching that.
Still a 39-yard gain, and the ball will be at the 43-yard line. The Cowbells are out in full force this afternoon. Only the second time Tennessee's ever played in front of these Cowbells. They did it back in 2012, and then back in 1950. They're the only 2 times. Handoff goes to start Thomas. He is wrapped up. Maybe 2 on the play. Boy, this defense is night and day from a year ago. They had trouble stopping any and everything a year ago, but so far this team gives up less than a dozen points a game. Aguilar. Boy, this is the dimension that he can really make defenses pay.
I think his athleticism is underappreciated across the country by how much he's able to utilize his legs to put the defense in bad situations. You got 3rd down here. Coach Hutzler obviously thinking of a game plan to get Aguilar off of his spot. Pressuring him, especially in 3rd and short, has been successful whenever Georgia was able to do it a couple of weeks ago.
Swing it near side, it's incomplete. Star Thomas couldn't hang on to it. He saw Brumfield coming at him. Tennessee's only gone for it 1 time on 4th down this year, and they're going to bring out their punt team.
They've only gone for it once. That's usually because they're not punting a ton with how many points that they put up offensively. Middle of the field, though, you always have to be alert for any type of fake, as it's prevalent at this point in time.
Anthony Evans back to return this punt. Jackson Ross, the redshirt junior out of Australia, averaging 44 yards a punt. End over end kick, fair catch called for, and taking there by Evans, and that is where the Bulldogs will have it. And even 5 minutes to go, the Bulldogs' high-powered offense back on the field when we come back.
Introducing SportsCenter for you, personalized every single day. Now available on the ESPN app. Powered by your favorites.
Capacity crowd here at Davis-Wade Stadium, Scott Field. Bulldogs lead it 7-3. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Quick hitter to the outside. They get it to Mosley. Takes another reception, a gain of 6. Bulldogs will put Anthony Evans in motion, back to that slot on the far side. They swing it to him near side, and he is lit up. They're going to say incomplete pass. Boo Carter came flying in like he knew exactly what was on the menu.
Ooh, he read it. See ball, get ball. That's what you want to see from your defenders, especially delivering a devastating blow like he did. And obviously, they run similar type of offense. Boo Carter sees that screenplay, and he goes and attacks immediately. And that's a devastating shot on Anthony Evans.
So now another 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Pocket collapse. Pass is picked off. Colton Hood will high step it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
This game will be predicated off of turnovers and being able to capitalize off of those turnovers. Tennessee affects Blake Shapen at the pocket, forces the errant pass intended for Fluff Bothwell. Colton Hood's right place at the right time. Gets an interception and a return for the score. Puts Volunteers on the board.
That's his second return for a touchdown. Had a scoop and score against Syracuse. Now a 22-yard interception return. And Tennessee trying to make this a 3-point game, and they do. We talked about Colton Hood and the value that he has brought with him, the former Colorado defensive back who actually started his career at Auburn. But man, what a difference he's made.
Yeah, and you can see Blake Shapen. Dominic Bailey back there again. Passes a little inaccurate over his head. Tips and overthrows, we always say, end up in bad situations. And Colton Hood right there to be able to take advantage of that bad situation for this Tennessee defense to put them on the board. First touchdown for the Volunteers.
Without the defensive backs, Jermod McCoy, the preseason All-American, Ricky Gibson, All-SEC. They expect to have McCoy back at some point this year, but it's just week to week. We'll see how it's going kind of thing. But when you lose those two guys, the question was who's going to step in? Colton Hood has been that guy.
Yeah, and whenever we had a chance to speak with Coach Banks, defensive coordinator, he mentioned that he really likes his guys. Would love to have McCoy and Gibson back, but the guys that have stepped in and played, he's really enjoyed and really liked what they bring to the table and what they've been able to do in these first few weeks of the season.
The injured Tennessee player, after that extra point, Bennett Warren, one of their backup tackles, a redshirt freshman out of Houston, Texas. They have been attending to him. Boy, Blake Shapen, after that interception, will be back on the field here quickly, and I guess that's a good thing, right? Get that out of your system in a hurry, get the football back. But Blake Shapen has now thrown 3 interceptions this year, has 7 touchdown passes, 67% completion rate.
I spoke about it earlier about the game plan with this defensive line, stopping the run on the way to the quarterback. Dominic Bailey was the reason why Blake Shapen had to throw that ball a little inaccurate and behind where Fluff Bothwell was intending for it. And that's what that defensive pressure can do.
Well, that's 6'7", 325 pounds. Limping off that field. Hope that is nothing serious for Bennett Warren. Speaking of offensive linemen, David Sanders, their 5-star true freshman tackle, the #1 ranked offensive lineman in the country, is back with the team. Traveled this week. He hasn't played all year. He's been banged up. Josh Heupel telling us last night at our meetings that he expects him to get some snaps. So what a way to break into your SEC career on the road here in Starkville. So we don't know how much, but we expect to see the 5-star tackle on the field here for at least a few snaps this afternoon. There is Mr. Sanders right there, the highly touted tackle. Josh Heupel, they've been so good inside Neyland. The road games have not been as successful, and of course, certainly you can imagine that. They're not playing a lot of non-conference road games. They're all in the league, and it's, as anybody will tell you, I don't care what it looks like. If you get a road win, celebrate.
Absolutely. It means a lot. It truly does.
This kick boomed out of the back of the end zone. So Blake Shapen now back on the field with this offense. Mississippi State's having some trouble on first down, getting themselves decent down and distance on 2nd and 3rd down so far. Give credit to Tennessee for that.
Yeah, and that's something that you and I talked about even last week while we covered their game against Northern Illinois. The focus was to be good on first down, to set them up for 2nd and manageable and obviously 3rd and short types of situations. They haven't come across that quite yet. Expect the focus to be better on first down on this upcoming play.
1 of 4 on 3rd downs to start this game here in the first quarter. We've got 4:19 to go. Haven't seen any of those deep shots yet from Mississippi State. Shapen hit immediately and dropped at the 20. Tyree West just said hello to Blake Shapen, a loss of 4.
Again, this is where this defense is so dominating on that front. You see Tyree West just goes right around Albert Reese, unevaded to Blake Shapen.
Second sack today. Shapen near side. Catch is made by Brennan Thompson, and he has pushed back. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, they'll give him forward progress to the 27, so a couple of yards. Make it third down at 8. Boy, McMurray and Hood converged on that in a hurry.
Playing physical out there on the edge. 3rd and 8. This is where Mississippi State has to figure out how to be better, right? 3rd down package for Tim Banks. They like to give you so many different looks and pressure up front. Handle the pressure, get the ball out accurately.
Thompson goes in motion. Shapen steps up in the pocket. Pass is caught. That'll be a first down. It's Thompson on the reception.
There you go. Great pressure up front by the offensive line. Make a great pocket. Brennan Thompson comes down with the catch for their second first down of the day.
Time going up top. Looking for the speedster. Thompson had it and dropped it. Oh, the young man who runs a 10-1 100 meter and a 4.3 40 beat everybody but couldn't hold on to the football.
And you were wondering when they were going to take their shot. Well, after a big first down completion, that's the time, and they get the matchup that they like. Oh, Brennan Thompson just could not bring it in. And that's been an opportunity missed that we saw too often happen in the first half last week as well.
2nd down and 10. They'll run it. Here's Booth. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. There's a flag that comes in behind the play. Booth will take it to the end zone. 62 yards.
I think this one's going to come back, though, Dave. It appears to be a holding right on the edge where Booth was able to run and find some daylight. That could be a critical penalty. Erasing a huge
Holding
touchdown.
on the offense, number 8. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
We're going to take a look here where Seydou Traore is on the edge trying to make sure he secures the block for his running back. Gets too much jersey, and whenever the defender turns up to try to take on the runner, you got to be able to let go and push him. That negates a huge touchdown run by Devon Booth, and now sucks out the momentum that offense just created.
2nd down and 20. Anthony Evans goes in motion. 3 receivers to the far side. Bothwell makes a nice move. Big run by Fluff. Out over the 40 to the 45. Arion Carter makes the tackle, but a gain of 15. So now you got a 3rd down in manageable distance.
Absolutely. They ran the exact same play. Fluff Bothwell now makes the safety miss. Now you got 3rd and manageable. Playbook is open to you. Protect Blake Shapen at all costs, though.
Bothwell at 5'10", 230 pounds, stays in the game behind Shapen. They'll stack a couple of receivers on the far hash mark. Handoff, Bothwell, big collision right at midfield. That is a first down, ran right into Jeremiah Thielender. We just told you that was 230 coming at 230. Shapen looks left and sails that one into the Tennessee bench. Boy, one thing I've noticed watching Blake Shapen play this year in person and on tape is the spin on his football is like nothing I've seen this year. I mean, it is tight.
It is very tight. It helps increase the accuracy, less drag if we want to get scientific behind it. But he has a very tight spin.
Hard to catch a tight spin ball or not?
It depends on the velocity.
No spin here as they give it to Booth. Colton Hood brings him down. That's a gain of 5.
seemed like there was a flag on the field, but that was just Devon's mouthpiece.
Shape and throws, quick slant, hits Brennan Thompson at the 30-yard line. First down, Bulldogs. That's 16 more yards. McMurray and Beasley back there in coverage.
Yeah, Blake Shapen takes the hit for this, but delivers an absolute strike. And Brennan Thompson catches it for another first down.
Booth. Nowhere to go on that handoff as the middle of that D-line just converges. Joshua Joseph's first one there. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Both teams have turned it over once and resulted in touchdowns. 12th play of this drive. Boy, nice throw. Anthony Evans on the reception, but he will be shy of the line to gain inside the 25 at the 24. So it'll be third down.
And starting left tackle Jarvin James actually goes out because his helmet comes off. Be alert for that left side. The guy that hasn't been in there yet, trying to hold up against some of these big-time pass rushers.
Yeah, Jimothy Lewis checks in at left tackle. That'll be the final play of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Mississippi State recovers a fumble inside the red zone. Take advantage and score first, but Tennessee answers back with a Colt Hood 22-yard interception. It's the Vols and the Bulldogs and a big one in Starkville. This is the SEC on ESPN. It is week 5 of the season, and boy, what a week it is in this conference. Big games all over the place today. And this is one of them right here. 15th ranked Tennessee, undefeated Mississippi State. Kamario Taylor in the game on a 3rd down and 4. Taylor working the left side. Makes a couple of moves, gets a little help from his offensive lineman. I think that might have been Sam West, the tight end, who kind of came from behind and pushed him forward for the first down.
This guy is a dynamic runner. Sticks his foot in the dirt, makes T-Lander miss, makes Carter miss, and then still pushes forward to be able to pick up a hard-fought first down.
We saw him down the field before the game today. Kamario Taylor's a true freshman, 6'4", 230. I can't imagine what that's going to look like a couple of years down the road. Hand it off. Here's Booth. Devon Booth inside the 10, inside the 5. First and goal, Bulldogs, 14 yards. Farouk had a chance at him. They'll go with Booth again, trying to kick it to the outside, and he does. Touchdown, Mississippi State, and there are no flags.
The atmosphere is electric. Devon Booth shows you why he's a big play back. Stiff arms Dominic Bailey to get into the end zone. This one is not called back. Puts Mississippi State up.
Point after up and good. And Mississippi State back out in front. It's 14-10, 13:53 to go in the second quarter. Time to get our first update of the afternoon. Dari, tell me what's going on.
Dave will do. It is time for our studio update brought to you by Bayer. We go to Oxford. LSU and Ole Miss Rebels down 7-3. Completed pass. Looks like they're close to going in, but LSU punches the ball out. Whitweeks recovers in the end zone for a touchback. LSU still leads.
Thank you, Dari. It is, I would say, rocking would be a good word. Thunderous is another word that comes to mind. I mean, these students, they were here the moment the gate opened up. I don't know if it was an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game, but this student section was filled up before players even got on the field to warm up.
And the cowbells were ringing nonstop. I think that's probably the most impressive part about it, was that they haven't stopped ringing those cowbells since they've arrived into the stadium.
Well, they had a chance to kind of practice earlier this year, Arizona State game. What a thriller that was. It kind of gave this program a little kickstart here in 2005, and they are just dying for some good quality football. Time to take a look at For the Win, brought to you by Sanderson Farms. Some of the teams in the conference that are undefeated heading into this busy Saturday. And Mississippi State right there at 4-0, their best start 2014. A lot on the line. Georgia and Alabama tonight. LSU and Ole Miss, we just saw those highlights a moment ago. Texas A&M against a rather chapped Auburn Tiger team this afternoon. Peyton Lewis will get the handoff. Lewis spins and nice run. His first carry of the game out over the 30 to the 31. Give him 6. The sophomore out of Salem, Virginia, the former 4-star, top 15 running back nationally, coming out in his senior year. They'll fake it to Lewis. Aguilar going up top, has a man. It is dropped at the 20 by Mike Matthews. Oh, man. He had a couple of steps on Manning and just dropped it.
Yeah, double move, and Mike Matthews just loses sight of that ball, trying to catch it over the shoulder. It's not an easy catch, but one that Mike Matthews has made all season long. Joey Aguilar likes to put a lot of air on the ball. You got to adjust to it, and now 3rd and 4. Got to be able to make up for it so you're not off the field.
Bulldogs bringing 5. They catch him in a little blitz. First down, Tennessee. Great play call. Chris Brazel making the catch. Peyton Lewis came up with a huge block on the blitz. First down and 10. Here's Lewis. Cuts it back. Lanier with the tackle. That's a gain of, give him 7.5, maybe 8. It's all said and done. Yeah, closer to 7. This time Lewis wrapped up. He'll lose a couple of yards. Bledsoe slicing through from his nose tackle spot.
That's one way to slow down a fast-paced offense. It's to create negative plays, and you see the tempo calms down as well, as you got to figure out what to call on 3rd down and how you protect Joey Aguilar in this situation.
Some miscommunication, incomplete. Here comes the Tennessee punt team.
Mississippi State did a great job of disguising that coverage, holding it right before the snap, creating some confusion by Joey Aguilar and the intended receiver. And that got them off of the field. And now for 4th down.
Jackson Ross. This is returnable. Anthony Evans gets a couple of yards before he is dropped just outside the 10-yard line. So the Bulldogs get the stop. Offense back on the field. They lead by 4. Back to Starkville in a moment. And we welcome you back to SEC football presented by Sonic. A 14-10 game. Bulldogs just outside of the top 25. They are, if you go by the votes, the points. They are like 27th in one poll, 28th in another. Certainly trying to sneak into that. They haven't been in the top 25 since 2022. Meanwhile, Tennessee under Josh Heupel, that's just kind of like they just live in the top 25, trying to make a back-to-back appearance in the college football playoffs. 11:51 to go. They'll go handoff to Bothwell, and boy, he's a load to bring down. He'll pick up 8 the hard way. Just physical running from a guy named Fluff, who was originally nicknamed Fluffy. They shortened it to Fluff. They'll give it back to Fluff.
I'll tell you right now, Dave, there's nothing fluffy about his run style whenever he lowers that shoulder.
And if you're curious, Fluffy was his original nickname by his mom because he was an 11-pound baby. And she just thought he looked so fluffy. Well, after a while, she just shortened it to Fluff, and it stuck. Handoff to Bothwell. There goes Fluffy. Gain of 20.
This rushing attack by Mississippi State has been what Jeff Lebby has wanted to do. Be consistent on first down, control the line of scrimmage, control the game by doing that as well.
Chapin steps into that throw. Has an open receiver, Mosley. He's inside the 40. That's a gain of 16. Working on that freshman, Ty Redmond. Chapin has time. Up top, nobody there.
That might be intentional grounding. Miscommunication on the route. Chapin gets hit by Joshua Josephs in the backfield as well. And they deemed the receiver was in the area, so didn't call intentional grounding there.
Boy, Josephs has had a couple of good, clean shots on Chapin here in the first half. It'll be second down. Chapin, boy, throws a seed, only a gain of a couple. That one goes to Cam Ball, the tight end. During time on the coverage for Tennessee. It's a 3rd and 7. They'll hand it off here to Booth, and just nowhere to go. Keep the offense out here.
I think you take the points while you can. You're going to need as many points as possible to win this game, is what we think with these prolific offenses.
Ferry's long this year with school record 55-yarder in the opener against Southern Miss. This one's right around the 34, so you're looking at a 51-yarder. 50-51. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like it's right on the 41. So Ferry on the year, perfect 4 out of 4. Kick is on the way, and it is perfect. 51-yarder.
As soon as he kicked this, he knew it was in. Follow through, it's good. Give the Bulldogs the lead by 7 points, 17-10.
Joey Aguilar, tell you what, he's had a remarkable journey to this point. Started in junior college for a couple of years, then went to Appalachian State, and, I mean, lit it up for the Mountaineers. Then goes to UCLA, one final shot at it, but then, of course, we all know what happened there. Basically, a trade occurred with Nico Iamaleava, and he comes to Tennessee and had very little time to get used to this offense, and you would never know it. It is crazy to think of how he has performed under the circumstances. I mean, it's like he's been in this offense for 3 years.
Feels very comfortable.
Let's head down to Morgan.
Offensive coordinator Joey Halsley told us yesterday one of the main reasons that Aguilar won the job was the fact his heart rate doesn't raise. He's calm, cool, and collected, and that's been so apparent on the sidelines. These cowbells are not phasing him. Aguilar telling me this week he's focused on having a slow internal clock, getting everyone on the same page, taking control of the offense. Guys, he doesn't spend much time on the bench. He goes around high-fiving his teammates, motivating them, being that great leader that he needs to be for this Tennessee team.
Thanks, Morgan. It is just remarkable. It is a long season, his first road trip as a Tennessee Volunteer quarterback. I guess you could call Atlanta, their opening game, a road trip, but not in the hostile territory quite like this. Well, there is Brennan Thompson, who is heading back. That is the elite receiver for Mississippi State, who is heading back to their locker room. And we will obviously stay on top of that one. That is huge
After the play
news.
was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 21 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that'll move the football out over the 40 to the 43-yard line. Over the middle, Chris Brazel. Down to the 30-yard line. Another quick hitter, but there is a flag in the backfield. Everybody rushing to the line of scrimmage.
I think this is going to be roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, number 40. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Yeah, ball is out. And you see the extra push by Nick Mitchell, unnecessary in that moment. And then previously, Hunter Washington just pushes Kitzelman down after the play has been blown dead. Those are back-to-back penalties that just afforded Tennessee major field position to put them in the red zone.
It's been a problem all season for this team. Averaging almost 90 penalty yards per game, over 10 penalties per game total. Aguilar throws back to the near side, caught there by Bishop, and he is wrapped up around the 12. Jeff Levy told us yesterday at our meetings, man, he's done everything he can think of to get this cleaned up, but you just can't give your opponents 90 yards a game.
Yeah, and they're starting down that trend already in this game in the first half. You can't have those if you expect to be one of the best teams in the country.
And now a flag comes out on the sideline.
The previous play is under video review. Ruling on the field was his knee was not down and made that next move. Additionally, sideline warning against Mississippi State.
So there's their first sideline warning, but we'll have a review in the process.
It seems as though whenever Bishop caught that ball, his knee was right around the ground, and there it is. Clearly, his knee is on the ground as he catches that ball. So they're going to be spotted right there. It looks about the 15, 16-yard line, depending on where the ball is from that angle. That additional yardage won't count after that.
It's not a whole bunch of yardage, but every yard matters today.
Absolutely. Game of inches is what, I guess, philosophically coaches have always said, the cliche way.
After video review, when the receiver caught the ball, his knee was down at the 15.5-yard line. It'll be second down.
Second down and 10. Josh Heupel and this offense trying to tie this one up. They are in the red zone. They have been really good in the red zone this year. 22 of 24 coming into this game. They scored 19 touchdowns in those 24 opportunities. That is a high-level rate. Aguilar, touchdown, Tennessee. Brazel with the catch. 15-yard strike. That is number 7 this year for Chris Brazel II. Max Gilbert will tie this one up at 17 with 7:25 to go here before halftime.
Yeah, and you see Joey Aguilar counts the box. He likes this matchup one-on-one with Chris Brazel to the right, bottom half of your screen. They read run, and he takes it over the top. Joey Aguilar has been phenomenal in the red zone. Tennessee ties the ball game up.
Well, this combination of Joey Aguilar and Chris Brazel II have been phenomenal. The 7th touchdown catch for Brazel this season leads the country in that department. He came in with 426 yards. That was the 5th best total. So I guess as a quarterback, it's nice when you can find somebody you can rely on, and certainly that has been the case for those two.
Yeah, he's been absolutely wonderful. And the best, I guess, Batman and Robin duo with Joey Aguilar.
That is a touchback. We'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Showed you Brennan Thompson, who was heading into that locker room for Mississippi State during that last possession, back on the field. No word on what he went back into the locker room for, but good news is for State fans is he's back on the field now.
Yeah, he's a difference maker. Obviously, the speed that he possesses, 10-1 100-meter dash, that makes a difference in stretching the field vertically and forcing the Tennessee defenders to play a little more cautiously on the back end.
He was also clocked at over 23 miles an hour during a practice this summer. They'll hand it off, though, to Bothwell, who's had a heck of a first half. Fluff picks up 8 hard-earned yards. He's averaging over 7 yards a carry. Hand it off again. That'll be good enough for the first down. At the 37, Jordan Burns, a redshirt freshman linebacker, making a play. Evans goes in motion. They'll throw it over the middle, though, and they hit the tight end. J.D. Traore. Well, they're trying to work him. They're trying to get him the football a little bit more. They love his skill set. It's just been tough. Second and short. Bothwell, first down and a lot more. Inside the 45. Durantine makes the tackle, and an injured Tennessee player back at the Mississippi State 45, but another 12-yard run for Fluff Bothwell, who is up to 82 yards now on 10 carries.
And you never want to see this happen in a game where your defenders, where, I mean, already Tennessee has been struggling at the defensive line position from a depth perspective with some of the injuries that they've had, and having Tyree West go down, that's a huge blow to this defense if he's out for a sustained time.
As you might expect, a lot of orange in Davis Wade Stadium today, and this wide out. Matter of fact, Tennessee wearing this orange combo for the first time on the road. It's back-to-back weeks. They wore it last week against UAB at home, but the first time since 2010 against LSU that they've gone this look on the road. That's because the Bulldogs wanted to go with the white look today. Chapin hit from behind, and he's dropped at midfield. Caleb Herring, a loss of 7, the 3rd sack today, number 18 on the year for this group.
Yeah, and that's where they're so good. They get one-on-one opportunities. He uses the long arm to be able to get James off of his track, and then being able to get to the quarterback at the point of attack. That's what they need to have happen to disrupt this Mississippi State offense.
Here's Devon Booth. Devon gets it back to the 41. That's a pickup of 9. Farouk makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd down, and let's call it 7.5, maybe 8. Mississippi State today on 3rd downs, 5 out of 9. Boy, there are 8 in the box right now. Tennessee bringing 5, and that's just enough. Caleb Herring again getting there first, a loss of 7.
Now, you talked about that loaded box. It makes it difficult to figure out who is actually rushing. Look at all of those people inside that the linemen and the running backs have to account for. It creates for one-on-one opportunities. And whenever you have a one-on-one, Caleb Herring shows you what it is like to go up against them. Left tackle, obviously Jimothy Lewis didn't learn from the last time. Well, Caleb Herring just educated him again, this time for his 2nd consecutive sack.
So Boo Carter back to return at the 10. Pulliam's couple of punts today, 54 and 67. One of them was downed at the 1. This time Carter will call a fair catch at the 10-yard line, and that is where the Vols will have it. We are all tied up. 4:18 to go before halftime. We thought this was going to be a good one coming in, and it certainly lived up to that billing. Both teams have had some miscues, helping the other out. But we sit here tied at 17. Tennessee with 158 yards of offense, well below their season average. Mississippi State 184 yards of offense today. And if you're wondering, Aguilar 8 out of 12 for 119 and a touchdown. Star Thomas at running back. He'll get the football here, trying to find a little bit of room, and there's nothing there. Tyler Lockhart, the true freshman, comes up to make the play.
It's a great play by Lockhart. Reading the counter, getting over top, and then making a physical tackle.
Aguilar has time. Trying to hit Brazel. Oh, what a catch! How did he come up with it? I don't even know that he saw it. What a catch from Brazel.
Spectacular catch. I thought there was a defensive pass interference on that as well. It wasn't called, but Brazel showcases hands all on his chest, being able to make a spectacular catch.
First down, Tennessee. Aguilar trying to hit Staley. Couldn't bring it in with one hand. Pressure came immediately, forcing the quick throw. Tyler Lockhart causing some problems again.
And take a look at this. Kelly Jones is draped all over Chris Brazel. It doesn't matter. The circus acrobatic catches is where Chris Brazel has really showcased his big play and dynamic ability.
Dropping 8, rushing 3 over the middle. Pass is caught. That is going to be shy the line to gain by about a yard, maybe a half yard. 3rd and short. Tennessee to the line in a hurry. Flags fly all over the place. I think it might have been the tight end. Kitzelman who
72 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Aguilar trying to run for it. It's going to be close. They're going to spot him back at the 48. He's going to be shy. It'll be 4th down. What will Josh Heupel do?
I think he has to go for it here. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in the half. Be aggressive. Try to pick up this first down. He may spend a timeout to think it over. And it looks like they're ready to go.
The play clock is going to run out before the game clock hits 2 minutes. So Josh Heupel's going to use that timeout. The Bulldogs hold their water. And Josh Heupel in Tennessee will think about this one with 2:01
Tennessee
to go here in the first half.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
I don't want to say a long time. Okay. I mean, going back to, I think, 1998 might have been the first game I called in this building. I cannot remember a game that I've been here where it has been this juiced and loud. It's been a while. It has definitely been a while. I know there have been other games in here, but this one has been up there with the noise.
I think it's attributed to the belief that Jeff Lebby has been able to create. Obviously, last year was not the start to the Lebby tenure or the Lebby era that a lot of fans wanted to see. Year number 2, we see a completely different team offensively and defensively. And, man, being undefeated in non-conference play, using that momentum to be able to be where they are right now, that's attributed to that man, Jeff Lebby, creating this ideal of belief and believing in one another. And they're playing great football right now, and they look really good, hanging with Tennessee and even throwing their own bows back at what Tennessee has been to the other teams they've faced this year.
So if you're the Vols, you've got a 4th down here and a couple of yards. They've only gone for 1 4th down this whole season. Obviously, there haven't been much of a need when you're hitting 50-yard plays for touchdowns, right?
Yep.
But, I mean, you throw it here, do you run it here? This has been a really good, successful running team over the years, maybe overshadowed by the big plays.
I like putting the ball in Joey Aguilar's hands in a passing situation to allow him the chance to run if he needs to.
Blitz comes, they pick it up. Pass is caught, big play, Star Thomas inside the 30. A gain of 20. Brumfield had to chase him down.
Timeout.
And that'll get us to the 2-minute timeout. How about this play call?
Yeah, what a play. Josh Heupel expecting man-to-man coverage. Able to sneak Star Thomas out of the backfield across the formation. Stiff arm picks up the big first down. Puts them in striking range after the 2-minute timeout.
Great look at Davis Wade Stadium here in Starkville, tied at 17, the Volunteers and the Bulldogs. You see our game summary. Boy, Tennessee's offense picking up the pace on this drive. Looking at a 1st down and 10. Pressure comes. Aguilar dropped. Avoided the first man, but then couldn't avoid DJ Reed.
Great job applying pressure there, keeping Aguilar contained in the pocket. It's the most critical part. You don't want him getting outside of the pocket and extending that play.
Only the 3rd sack allowed this year by this Tennessee offensive line. And a timeout taken by Mississippi State.
They're first. This
Great
will be
time to
a
get an
30-second
update. Let's get you back to Charlotte and Dari. What's going on?
Well, guys, coming up in just a bit on the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report, we say Pittman embarrassed. That's his word, not ours. We'll show you why. Also, Vanderbilt just keeps on scoring, setting all kinds of records. What do you see here, Mississippi State?
Feels like a heavyweight fight, right? Physical as hell.
Run game, Bothwell averaging 8 yards a carry.
To be
happy about that.
Pretty good. 2 and a heavyweight fight with Tennessee. Well done, Jeff Levy.
Speaking of heavyweights, there's a former offensive lineman right there. Jeff Levy, his career cut short as a freshman at Oklahoma. Doctors told him after an injury he couldn't play anymore, and immediately became a student assistant coach. A few months later, who comes walking in the door as a grad assistant at Oklahoma? His future boss and Josh Heupel. The two were attached at the hip for a couple of years and still remain great friends. Oh, not a good throw by Aguilar. Trying to hit Kitchelman, the tight end. That one looked like it might have got away from Joey.
And that's a rare miss that we typically don't see have happen with how accurate Joey has been. That incompletion forces a 3rd and long. Now, Mississippi State has an opportunity to go into their blitz, crazy look package that Cameron Hutzler knows how to be able to utilize. Coleman Hutzler, sorry.
They got to get it down to the 16.5-yard line.
Timeout. Tennessee, their second. This will be a 30-second timeout.
We will keep it here on a 3rd down and 11. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, you can watch the live performance of Mississippi State's famous Maroon Band on SEC Network Plus. You can start streaming now on the ESPN app. They got the full uniforms out today. Last week they were in shorts, t-shirts. But of course it was like 110 last week.
It was a much hotter day a week ago. Today, this is beautiful football weather. And obviously this game has not disappointed. And this weather is not going to waste.
There is Josh Heupel, the mad scientist offensively, working against Coleman Hutzler's defense. Oh, the chess game. That is SEC football.
They are loaded up on the defensive side right at the line of scrimmage. Expect pressure.
Boy, it looked as though Staley just slipped. So now it's 4th down, and it looks as though Coach Heupel's going to send out his field goal unit.
It's a great stop by Mississippi State, forcing this field goal attempt. A minute 16 left. They'll get the opportunity to get the ball back and try to answer with the score before halftime comes.
This is a 47-yarder from Max Gilbert. He hit from 38. His career long 53. Kick is on the way. And he has pulled it. No good.
You're going to see he gets back there. Gilbert, timing operation looks to be good. He just pulled it wide left. And that's the momentum in the break that Mississippi State was looking for. A minute 11. Jeff Levy's like, that's how you hold. Now let's go finish putting some points up on the board before halftime comes about.
Couple of timeouts left for Mississippi State. Shapen. He's been sacked 3 times. Dumps it off near side, and that one's dropped by Bothwell. This Tennessee team with 3 sacks on the year. They came in top 6 in the country in sacks. Bringing 4, shape it, and that one hung in the air for a while. McMurray over there looked like he just kind of mistimed it. Might have had an interception.
It's a dangerous throw right there. Blake Shapen going through a couple of his reads. Throwing that late from the opposite side of the field usually ends up in turnovers, and McMurray gets his hand on it, but wishes he had that opportunity again.
Vols have 4 interceptions on the year, one of them today. Colton Hood with a 22-yard pick 6. Here's 3rd down and 10. They'll hand it off. They'll go with Bothwell, and he'll be shy of the line to gain by a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Turrentine back there making a play. Clock at 45 seconds. Going to keep the offense out there. Boy, this is a dangerous play. This might be one where they're just trying to get them to jump off sides. Surprised Tennessee has 1 timeout.
They have one left, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure why you don't call that there. Force the hand a little bit.
I don't think they wanted to give Jeff Lebby time to think of a play to pick up a 1st down.
Well, you get the
Timeout.
stop, and you're giving you 3.
Mississippi State, their second. This will be a 30-second timeout.
You can't take your timeouts with you.
So 14 seconds. Tennessee has put together 224 yards. This Vol offense came in producing 554, 7th best total in the country. Mississippi State 193 yards of offense. They came in putting up 444, top 40 in the country. Both these teams have been scoring in bunches. Almost 40 points a game for the Bulldogs, and a shocking 53.5 points per game for that man's offense. So Pulliam will punt it away. He's had a couple of boomers today. This is a line drive. Fair catch called for by Boo Carter. Right around the 17-yard line, a 46-yard punt, and that leaves 6 seconds on the clock for Tennessee. What do you make of the first half?
It's been a battle. I'm wearing my Godzilla pin. This seems like a clash of the Titans between these 2 teams. It's lived up to the expectations of the firepower as well as the physicality that we expected of an SEC football game.
So Tennessee going to just run this clock out, and everybody's going to get to the locker room, and we'll have 2 quarters of football to determine this one. The Bulldogs at 4-0. Haven't been in this position since 2014, and the 15th ranked Vols trying to pick up their first conference win of the season and stay in that college football playoff discussion. Let's get you down to Morgan.
Coach, how has your rushing attack found success here early?
Yeah, we've taken what they've given us. We've done a nice job in the run game. We've got to find a way to create some explosives and then take advantage of some other opportunities.
What do you need to clean up here in the second half?
Again, in the first half, penalties were a killer for us. Defensively, that drive, we had 2 15-yard penalties. That gave them 30 yards on their touchdown drive. We got to take that out of our game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, we are tied at 17 after 30 minutes of football. Time now to get you to our studios for the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report. Dari, it's all yours.
All right, Dave.
You're watching SEC football presented by Sonic. A gorgeous day in Starkville. 30 minutes in the books between 4-0 Mississippi State, 3-1 Tennessee. The opener in the SEC for Mississippi State. Meanwhile, of course, Tennessee trying to pick up their first conference win after losing to Georgia a couple of weeks ago. This is one of those games we thought it would be kind of a heavyweight fight. People questioning, like, how would Mississippi State play? Their first true test of the year, if you will. Arizona State was a good one, but this is a conference test. And as we take a look at our secret recipe brought to you by Bush's Grill and Beans, what did you make of the first half, and how did we get here?
Well, it's been about the turnovers and taking advantage of some of the miscues that have transpired. First drive, you got the drop punt, and then Mississippi State takes advantage. Fluff Bothwell goes into the end zone, and then vice versa. You take a look. Mississippi State had an opportunity to pick up a third down. Bad throw, it's tipped. Overthrown to Colton Hood. Colton Hood picks it off and does the rest. That's been the storyline to get this game started, as it's tied up to coming out the second half.
Well, coming out of the locker room, Morgan had a chance to catch up with Josh Heupel. What'd he have to say?
Well, Coach Heupel was frustrated and intentional coming out of the locker room, Dave. He really said, you know, the run game is the foundation of who they are and need to do a better job of that in the second half. And really that all comes with just playing more clean overall.
Yeah, you know, there were some missed opportunities. Both teams really missed some big play opportunities, and that's been kind of their calling card here in the first month of the season.
Yeah, and usually running the ball is what sets up the offense for Tennessee. Only 38 yards rushing in the first half. That's uncharacteristic for this offense to be running on all cylinders like we've seen it over the past few weeks.
Ball's will start at the 25 near hash. Incomplete off the hands of Braylon Staley. In that first half for Aguilar, 11-19, 181, that touchdown. Handoff left side, nice little cutback by Deshaun Bishop. Hunter Washington is the injured player for Mississippi State.
As he went in for that tackle against Bishop, seemed like his arm may have gotten caught up. He tries to reach out and make that tackle for Bishop, throws that left arm out there. You can see immediately, maybe he was hit in the face, maybe immediately he grabbed his helmet and something wasn't right. Take a closer look again, trying to get Deshaun Bishop down, who's a bowling ball himself. The cleat kind of goes up into the head and neck area as well, and see him walking off gingerly.
The transfer from Florida State came into this game with 16 tackles and a pick. But it's third down and 6 situation for Tennessee. 1 of 6 on third downs in that first half. They averaged 3rd and 6. Bulldogs bringing 4. Aguilar has time. Flags come out in the backfield. Pass is caught there by Mike Matthews. He's into Mississippi State territory, but let's wait for this this call. It is right there.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Number 6 on the defense. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
And another penalty against Mississippi State. That is number 5 for 66 yards.
And you're going to see Deontay on the left side of your screen. His hand just rises up at the end of that rush and gets into the helmet area of that right tackle. And officials do a great job of officiating that and calling the penalty and tacking on additional yardage to that Mike Matthews catch.
Boy, just like that, Tennessee at the 30-yard line. They'll give it to Bishop. Not much there. Calvin Dinkins kind of finishes off that play. I love when I see a guy wearing a number like 35 that's 6'2", 320 pounds.
They make you have to double check. Is that a linebacker? Oh, no. That's definitely a defensive lineman.
Aguilar. He picks up some yardage as he's pushed out of bounds by Brandon Jennings.
That's a smart play by Joey Aguilar, talking about the calm, cool, and collected. Instead of throwing the ball away, picks up some yardage, makes it more of a third and manageable situation here. And expect Coach Hutzler on the defensive side to try to heat up Aguilar and make him uncomfortable in the pocket. Be alert for a screen at the wide receiver position or the running back position and maybe be an answer.
Aguilar pass is caught. Kitzelman inside the 10. First down, Tennessee, and he picks up 17. That'll quiet the crowd for a moment.
Yeah, one-on-one with Manning. A phenomenal route. Little short, skinny post. Breaks the opposite of his leverage and picks up a big first down in the red zone.
Yeah, it'll be 1st and goal from the 10. They'll throw it to the outside, and a good play on the perimeter. Mike Matthews hit immediately by Diego Brumfield.
Outstanding job by Brumfield, being able to read it, strike, and then get the ball carrier down before he's able to get going.
Well, they got one-on-one down here on the near side. They're going to go to the far side into double coverage over there. Bam Bam Williams able to put the hit on Aguilar.
Yeah, you can see Aguilar being pressured right off of this right side. Bam Bam Williams makes his presence felt and hits the ball out of Aguilar's hands, which causes the ball to fly into the end zone. Luckily for him, it was incomplete.
That one's just thrown up in the end zone. Out of play. Manning got his hands on it, but Aguilar just tried to throw that one away. Good defensive stop there by the Bulldogs. Forcing a field goal opportunity now for Max Gilbert, who missed his last one. Well, that's Manning down, but he is out of play. Let's see if they slow the game down for a moment as Duran's being attended to.
He appeared to land awkwardly, trying to make that interception, keeping his feet in bounds, and then kind of lost his footing as he went out of bounds. And he's trying to maintain possession, and he slips right there, right at the end, and seems to be laboring in pain as he slips.
This is a 27-yard attempt. Gilbert has made from 38, and he has missed from 47. Out of the hold of Jackson Ross. This kick is right down the middle. So Tennessee takes the opening drive of the second half and puts 3 on the board. It's 20-17.
Crimson Tide of the Bulldogs, Giants of the South.
Bigger than ever, we back.
Touchdown! Unbelievable!
This is the matchup we want to see.
The average ticket price for this one tonight, almost $900 on the secondary markets. That's how much these fans can't wait to see Alabama and Georgia. These fans here in Starkville couldn't wait to see this one between Tennessee and the Bulldogs. But we got two quarterbacks playing at a super high level right now. Gunnar Stockton, first 300-yard game in Georgia's comeback victory against Tennessee. Meanwhile, Ty Simpson's thrown for almost 900 yards and 9 TDs in his first 3 starts. That's how good those two have been. What do you think tonight?
It's going to come down to the line of scrimmage. Who's ever able to hold up at the line of scrimmage, being able to run the ball as well as stop the run, I think it's the team that has the advantage. It's going to be tough, too, going into Athens for that Alabama team. Can Ty Simpson maintain what he's been able to do? It'll be interesting.
Can Georgia break the chains of Alabama? They've lost 9 of 10. Kirby Smart just 1-6 against the Crimson Tide. Will be a lot of fun tonight in Athens, GA. A lot of fun here in Starkville. 2017, first possession of the second half for Mississippi State. Blake Shapen comes out firing, hits Evans. He spins into some traffic at the 30-yard line. Turrentine, first one there, but to pick up a 5.
It's a good play on first down.
Oh, that play was blown up in a hurry. A loss of 5 on the play as Joshua Joseph just disrupts everything.
Yeah, and Blake Shapen just hangs on to the ball too much as Tennessee runs that stunt. Joshua Joseph comes free. You holding the ball, that's a red target right on your back.
Now it's 3rd and 10. Ball's bringing 4. Shapen steps up, fires, has a man, first down. Seydou Traore. 16 big yards.
Yeah, getting him involved in the offense has been a major focal point. You see the switch release creates opportunity for him to catch the ball, make a play, and get a first down.
They'll run with Bothwell. Thielander there to make the play. Bothwell closing in on 100 yards, averaging over 7.5 per carry. 12 attempts, 94 yards. And he may have just hit the 100-yard mark with that run. Arion Carter meets him, but not after a gain of 6, maybe 7. Actually, they're going to spot that almost near midfield. That's going to be a gain of 8. An injured ball. Looks like Joshua Joseph. That is Joshua. Man is in his 4th year with this program. Preseason All-SEC defensive end out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Came in with 3 sacks. Had a career high. 7 tackles in their opener against Syracuse.
Yeah, and one of their best pass rushers. We already talked about the depth of this defensive line and how they've gone through it. Tyree West went down earlier in the game. You're just getting back Jackson Moy. And now Joshua Joseph's having to go off for a couple of plays at minimum, it appears. Critical, and you see Joshua Joseph's here on the left side of your screen right at the end of that play as he's delivering that blow. Legs get extended a little bit. Came down a little awkwardly, and that's a defender that the Tennessee defense want to make sure they have out there full tilt ready to go.
They'll give it to Bothwell. Again, taking some defenders with him to the 45. Turrentine and Carter. This is back-to-back games now for Fluff, over 100 yards. 8 career, if you go back to a South Alabama season a year ago. Bothwell again. Boy, nice vision to find a little seam and take it inside the 40 to the 39. Again, I'll say it again. That's 230-pound tailback. Chapin going toward the end zone. Nobody's there. There is a flag back at the 20-yard line. McMurray may have grabbed a hold of Aiden Williams.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 8. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Excuse me, Colton Hood back there, not McMurray. That's 8, not 6.
Yeah, you're going to see the hand right on the backside of the jersey. I'm not a big fan of this call as pass interference. I don't think he prohibited the receiver
I'm with you.
running. I don't like that call there.
Look, with all the hand fighting and stuff we see on normal routes, that didn't look like
nothing.
a lot.
That was nothing.
Booth in the game now at running back. Flag comes down at the line of scrimmage as Booth is pushed back.
They're debating. It appears it's going to be on the offense.
Illegal shift on the offense. More than 2 players moving at the same time. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That is 6 penalties, 71 yards. Tennessee's been penalized 3 times for 25 yards. But in games like this, man, you just can't give up or give these yards away.
Yeah, not to offenses that are as good as these two.
First down and 15. They'll swing it near side. Evans, he is met immediately and dropped. That's another loss of 5. That is Jalen McMurray making the play.
Yeah, the other thing that doesn't help your offense is having negative plays, and you see Jalen McMurray comes up big on that screen, being able to showcase why he's such a pivotal part to the success of this Tennessee defense.
Tim Banks' defense the last few years have been dynamite in TFLs. Over 100 back-to-back seasons for the Vols. Here's Booth trying to break a tackle. He does. He scoots around, needs a block, and doesn't get it. Oh, that was close. Colton Hood avoided the defender. Eason was the first one there that kind of caused the whole thing, but Hood able to stay in his lane and make a heck of an athletic play.
Yeah, and you see Booth does a great job breaking that first tackle. And you thought there was daylight coming off of that edge, but Colton Hood does a great job taking that angle away. And Blake Chapin isn't able to pick up that block to try to free his partner around the edge.
Well, Booth not happy at all as he's on sidelines for this 3rd down and 23. They got to get it inside the 15. Pocket collapsing, he dumps it off. And a big hit around the 25-yard line by Arion Carter on Seydou Traore. Boy, you got a good look at Arion Carter and the kind of ground he can cover.
That closing speed is incredible, and you see him looking like Superman leaping across the body of Seydou Traore to bring him down. He didn't grab the back of the collar. The fans saw the replay and don't like the way that tackle happened, but Arion Carter looking like Superman there.
Ferry has hit from 51. This will be from 42. And this kick is good. Boy, he's got some kind of leg. Kyle Ferry. Oh, no good, excuse me. Missed it. Yanked that one. Boy, he's frustrated. His first miss of the year. It is 20-17. This is the SEC on ESPN. We are at 2017. Kyle Ferry just missed a field goal attempt to keep it at 20-17. Big reason Tennessee has 20 on the board is because of The guy that has been there, stood on the outside all year, Chris Brazzell II. He's been a big part of this game today.
Yeah, big-time playmaker. Every time he has touched the ball, he's been able to pick up huge chunk yardage, picking up first downs, and then obviously making some of those great acrobatic catches that he's known for. And then if you just put it into the vicinity, he comes down with it. Good things happen when you feed number 17 the football.
Top 5 in receiving yards, leads the country in touchdown receptions. They will get it to Matthews on this possession. Hurdles a defender down the far sideline. He's inside Mississippi State territory down to the 40. Hunter Washington pushes him out of bounds, but give the Vols 36.
Explosive and dynamic. You fake it, get your wide receiver out in space, forces a missed tackle, and then there's that explosive dynamic ability by Mike Matthews picking up explosive on first down.
Lanier, who missed that initial tackle back around the 40-yard line, is the injured Bulldog. And there's another one down as well. At the end of the play, Isaac Smith is down.
Those are two players that you can have. It looked as though whenever Lanier tried to come down on tackle, maybe his throat or neck.
Boy, he's
landed wrong.
He's grabbing that collarbone area.
Yeah.
Ryland, the fifth-year senior out of Tuscaloosa.
And Isaac Smith.
Boy,
that's one of your best
right?
defenders there, absolutely. And you see at the end, he's diving to make that tackle on Washington. His arm gets caught up in between the wash. I'm not quite sure what the injury is, but it obviously doesn't feel or look good. And with this defense down, Isaac Smith and Brylan Lanier, the depth will be tested on the back end.
Isaac Smith led the conference in tackles last year with 127. He had 20 tackles against Tennessee last year. 20. Aguilar is dropped. Zachary Tillman. A loss of 7.
And check to the right of your screen. Zachary Tillman one-on-one with Peyton Lewis as the back. He sheds him. Lewis doesn't get in good position. And then he's able to bring down Joey Aguilar. It's a huge sack for this defense.
On second down, Aguilar passes high, intercepted. Jerron Manning will take it out of bounds inside Tennessee territory. Tried to hit Kitzelman, and it went off his hands and right into Manning's arms.
He might get a little extra yardage at the end of this as well. That's going to help Mississippi State on the field position, but we talked about it earlier with Blake Shapen. Tips and overthrows usually ends up in the defense's hands.
After the interception, dead ball foul, personal foul, number 53 on Tennessee. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
And here's how getting a sack the previous play affects you. The ball is high off of Kitzelman's hands. Tips and overthrows Jerron Manning. Right place at the right time. He steps out of bounds. Then Lance Hurd pushes him and gets that additional yardage. That's what this defense needed in a time where you just lost 2 of your secondary defenders. Jerron Manning steps up and makes a big play.
How about that, though? You lose 2 dudes in the back, and you come up with a sack and an interception of the following 2 plays.
Yeah.
First down and 10. They'll hand it off. Bothwell turns the corner. Fluff inside the 15, close to the 10. A huge block by Traore on the edge.
Mississippi State, they want to go fast right now. They have the momentum. Expect an end zone shot here coming up to be able to test where this defensive secondary is.
Wide open, here's Evans. Has a man to beat, can't do it. Good open field tackle by the freshman Ty Redmond, but that'll be a gain of 5 on the play, maybe 6. They can get a first down right around the 1 yard line, maybe 1.5 yard line. 2nd down and 4. Give it to Bothwell. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Take a look here. We'll see. It's very close. If he gets in, that elbow may have touched down before he crosses the goal line. And it appears this play is going to be under review and be called back, and they'll be down at the half-yard line from that look we saw
Previous
there.
play is under further review. The ruling on the field was a touchdown.
Look, the ball, his left elbow hit the ground. The ball was in his right hand.
Yeah, I don't think he got into the end zone. I don't think it crossed the plane. This is a great look here. That right elbow, left elbow, he turns around. Ball is in the right. It doesn't appear to cross the plane from that angle. Yeah, I think they're going to overturn this and put it down right at the half-yard line.
This might be one of those situations where you run Kamario Taylor in there.
Oh, yeah, we saw him a week ago on a 4th down play where they allowed him to get in that wildcat formation as a big physical threat.
After video review, the runner was down short of the goal line. Ball be placed short of the goal line. It will be 1st down, Mississippi State.
Or heck, you got Bothwell at 230, or you can go Kamario Taylor at 230.
Put both of them in.
Chapin runs onto the field. Bothwell on the field as well. They'll put a tight end and 2 receivers split out to the wide side of the field. Out of that shotgun formation. Hand it off to Bothwell. Does he get in this time? He does!
There's no debate about that one. Fluff Bothwell shows you why he was my impact player for this game. So we're going to lean and depend on what he's been able to do over these past couple of weeks in the ground game.
131 yards and 2 touchdowns for Fluff Bothwell. That drive, 4 plays, 26 yards, just a minute off the clock. That is Albert Reese, the right tackle, who missed a game a couple of weeks ago. Returned against Northern Illinois last week. And the big play that set this whole thing up was a tipped ball and the interception, trying to hit the tight end Kitzelman, but Jerron Manning just right place, right time.
Yeah, we talked about it coming out of halftime, taking advantage of the miscues and the opportunities, and Jerron Manning was there. Then the offense picks right up with complimentary football, being able to force it into the end zone and take the lead back. Their first drive out of halftime.
Boy, Albert Reese, as I watch him down there, you know, he's been bothered by some injuries. He just really starting to feel good. And a big anchor on this offensive line that is certainly still a work in progress. As a matter of fact, they didn't really have a solid center. They took one of their guards, Cannon Boone, right before the season and said, hey, dude, can you do this? And he's like, I'm all in, coach. So Cannon Boone's been anchoring the center spot. And Albert Reese looks like he's going to head into that locker room. So now you got some issues at the tackle spot.
Yeah, and it's been unfortunate. This is the first time all season that this offensive line lineup has been the same from the previous week into the incoming week. And with Albert Reese going down, that's a pivotal blow to where this offensive line had been.
Well, Mississippi State has reclaimed the lead. It is now 24-20 with 3:48 to go in the third quarter. Fluff Bothwell, a transfer from South Alabama, has made an immediate impact here in Starkville. Young man who grew up in the state of Alabama, but went to South Alabama because he was somewhat lightly recruited, but he knew what SEC football was all about. Could not wait for this game to get here. His first SEC game, and Fluff Bothwell has put on quite the show. 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. That kick will sail through the end zone, gives us a chance to get an update on what has been a great day of SEC football. Dari, what's going on out there?
Oh, Dave, it has been really, really fun, my friend. 17-13 Ole Miss early fourth quarter against LSU. Logan Diggs into the end zone. They're up 24-13, 8:20 to go. LSU in Ole Miss territory, but number 4 is in trouble. Prime time tonight on SEC Network. Shane Beamer in South Carolina. Home at Williams-Brice for Kentucky, guys.
Boy, talk about a team that needs something positive to happen. Both of them do, Kentucky and South Carolina. We'll see how that plays out after we're finished here. Tennessee trying to take the lead back after Mississippi State scores their last touchdown. They'll go with Thomas, who picks up 5. Brandon Jennings on that tackle, and that tempo again. Couple of broken tackles for Thomas. He's out over the 40, first down. We mentioned that tempo. One of the assets that both these teams have in a game like this, they get to practice against this every day.
Yeah, they're a little bit used to it, but it still is different monster when game day comes around.
Aguilar going up top, looking for Brazel. Makes the catch at the 15. Touchdown, Tennessee. A flag comes out at the 20. There was a ton of pushing and shoving going on. Brazel and Jet Jefferson back there.
We'll see. They both are hand fighting. It appears it's going to go against Brazel.
Interference on the offense. Number 17. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. 3-play first down.
Boy, a huge play off the board for Tennessee.
Yeah, and you can see the hand fighting one-on-one there. Brazel kind of pushes him right by the side. I wouldn't even say it was a push, though.
Oh, boy.
We've already seen one penalty for pass interference. Again, I don't think that was pass interference there either. Both guys have hands on each other. Let's let them play.
Big play, Brazel. Will have to do it again. First down and 25. They'll run it with Thomas. He is wrapped up at the 27.
Tyler Lockhart is playing some football right now as a true freshman, stepping onto the field, making some plays, and is leaving his presence felt.
He's getting a bunch of work. Darion Gillette out today. The dime for Mississippi State, opening the door for Lockhart. 2nd and 23. Pass is caught at the 34, but that is well shy of where they need to go. They got to get across midfield for the first down. Staley makes that catch for 7 yards.
Expect that 3-high safety to be a part of the disguised look on the back end to try to confuse Aguilar on this 3rd and long.
Three-man rush. They'll swing it to the outside. Thomas is dropped at the 35. Boy, the Bulldogs are now swarming all over the field. Manning and Dinkins combined for that stop.
They are getting to the ball, and they have bad intentions when they get there. The momentum has flipped. Mississippi State has an opportunity to use it to their advantage.
Jackson Ross. Boy, good kick. End over end. Fair catch called for by Anthony Evans. But boy, they're going to revisit this one over and over in Knoxville. The offensive pass interference against Chris Brazel.
Yeah, it really appears as Jet Jefferson kind of falls down. They have hands on each other. And you can see Heupel is like, I can't believe that was called on Brazel. And Brazel, obviously in dismay, because he knew he didn't push him down. That's one they're going to be talking about for a while.
The Vols need their defense to stand tall here with 1:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. Chapin just 106 yards throwing the football, because this Mississippi State team has rushed for over 160. Booth hit by Burns. Handoff right side. Booth kicks it to the outside. First down. Out of bounds. Let's get an injury update. Let's go down to Morgan.
Mississippi State is going to be without their leading receiver, Brennan Thompson, who did not return from the locker room after halftime. And it also looks like Anthony Evans, their second top wideout, also down here right now, guys, on the field.
Oh, boy. I mean, they weren't exactly deep at receiver, but you lose Thompson and Evans. Boy, now you've got some real issues. That run game is going to have to carry him.
And this is the impact of playing SEC football. And you see your top 2 receivers already down. You lost your right tackle as well so far. Lost 2 defenders. It makes for a crazy time. As you see at the bottom of your screen here, these 2 guys getting right caught up. As they get tussled, bends backward kind of awkwardly. And he doesn't get up from that moment until just now, which you see him walking under his own power, which is good to see, but yeah, fell awkwardly as he was trying to block the defender on that last play.
And also no Albert Reese, that right tackle. We saw him leave their last offensive possession to the locker room. There's no sign of him on the field since then. First down and 10, getting late here in the 3rd. Here's Booth. Boy, he just cuts it back against the grain and gets 4 hard-earned yards. Farouk, the first one there. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs have not won an SEC game in almost 2 years. They have dropped 12 in a row. They are 15 minutes away from snapping that streak. A lot of football left to be played. 24-20 Bulldogs. Just capture this emotion for a moment. It has been like that since we went to break. Bulldogs will have it second down to start the fourth quarter.
Oh.
Anthony Evans back on the field for Mississippi State. Hand it off to Booth. Nowhere to run between the tackles. Bryson Easton circles around to make a play. Now it's third down. Boy, if Tennessee could get the stop here.
They need all the momentum that they can now. Screen, I think, would be a great opportunity to be utilized in this situation.
Bulldogs 7 for 14 on third downs. Got to get it to the 40. Bringing some heat. Chapin batted down. He almost caught it. Good thing he dropped it. But it will be a punting situation for the Bulldogs here. 4th and 7 back at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, you take a look. Blake Chapin trying to hit Anthony Evans, but Big Easton does a great job getting that big hand up and being able to knock the ball down. I thought Anthony Evans actually had a step on the defender. It could have been a big conversion if they were able to connect on that play.
Ethan Pulliam will punt it away to Boo Carter, who stands back at the 20. It's a fake! They got the first down! Sam West! A gain of 15 keeps the drive alive.
What perfect execution on the fake punt when you least expect it. Gain appears to be close to being on the line. And you put the ball in Sam West's hand for the first time, and they outflank the defense, and that's just great schematics there. This obviously has been scouted out, and they found the right time to utilize it in the fourth quarter.
From the 48, Chapin hit immediately. Oh, is he destroyed? It's picked up. Joshua Joseph to the house. Touchdown, 41 yards. Tyree West just leveled Chapin. Oh my goodness.
That change of events, the momentum has switched. The second turnover by Mississippi State that has led to a touchdown by the defense of Tennessee. And that's a shocker.
The Vols have reclaimed the lead. Our new score in Starkville is 27-24. And they are bouncing over there on the Tennessee sideline now. 13:29 to go.
And you're going to take a look on the backside. One-on-one, Tyree West. He's been with Lewis all day, and he gets the sack. Blake Chapin doesn't even see him. And then Joshua Joseph, having a day of his own, puts the Volunteers back on top, 27-24.
This is the SEC on ESPN. The last time Tennessee played in Starkville, you got to go back to 2012. Mississippi State won that one 41-31. These two teams have not played a bunch over the years. First meeting was back in 1907. They've only played 48 times. This one sails through the end zone. Time for us to get an update. Back to Charlotte. Dari. Oh boy, just one more layer to that one tonight. If Jam Miller can do his thing, well, that's going to be tough for the Bulldogs. 27-24 here. They will keep it on the ground and go with Bothwell, as Tennessee's all of a sudden got a little hop in their step. Boy, what just a swing of emotions in about 30 seconds just then.
Go from the field goal, the fake punt to a turnover. The atmosphere is different here in Starkville.
Shape and pump fakes going up top, has a man. Aiden Williams makes the catch down to the 25-yard line. He was wide open. 49 yards.
Yeah, and Aiden Williams at the bottom of your screen, they just forget about him completely in the cover 2 look. Turn times too late to get over there. And they make you pay big time. Blake Shapen with the connection there.
Bothwell. Vols all over that one. Got it back to the line of scrimmage. Kamario Taylor will check into the game. The true freshman quarterback. They will go empty here. 2 tight ends in the game. Traore lines up as an H-back. They give it to Kamario, trying to create a little bit of running room, but T-Lander was the first one there, and then Jackson Moy. Glad to see him back if you're a Tennessee fan. Came in as a probable, but he has gotten some snaps today and kind of changes that D-line a little bit with his ability to play.
Third and 8 here. Dave, Blake Shapen has to be smart with the football. You got a chance to reserve the right to kick, right? If you don't make it, you still have an opportunity to kick a field goal, but don't be careless with the football.
Shapen tries to take it himself and is down around the 21-yard line. Edwin Spillman will get credit for the tackle, but that'll bring up a 4th down. And what does Jeff Levy want to do? He is not afraid to go for it on 4th down. They've attempted 8 4th downs, converted 6 of them, but he's going to bring out the field goal unit for this one. Blake Shapen is not happy with that last sequence after the big play. So here is Kyle Ferry. This will be from 39. He's hit from 51, missed from 42. And this kick is dead. Solid, perfect. And again, we are tied here in Starkville. 10.5 to play.
SEC Network Football is presented by the Sonic Smasher. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app. Live free, eat Sonic.
Well, turnovers have been a big part of this one today. As a matter of fact, there have been a total of 4 of them. The first one came on the first possession of the game as Tennessee muffed the punt. Shortly thereafter, Bothwell takes it in. Then the tip pass results in an interception. And there's Bothwell again for the touchdown. And then Shapen is intercepted early in the game by Colton Hood. A 22-yard pick 6 for him. And then how about a scoop and score from Joshua Josephs. Tennessee now with 4 defensive touchdowns this season. That is a big part of our game today, are these turnovers, 2 by each team. Tied at 27, 10.5 to play. There have been, this Tennessee defense, we just saw that hit a minute ago on Shapen. They have put together 5 sacks. They have 20 sacks this season, Tennessee's defense.
Picking up right where they left off a season ago when they were pivotal and playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage of the opposing offense.
See if this Tennessee offense can now go 75 yards. High throw, and that one's in no man's land. Trying to hit Brazel with it.
You know, Dave, the flow of this game has been really weird for Joey Aguilar to try to find sync. Feels like he's been on the sideline for so long, he can't find a rhythm.
Brazel has 4 catches, 83 yards. Matthews, 4 catches, 100 yards. Hand off to Bishop. He's out over the 30 to the 31. So it'll be 3rd and 4. Jalen Smith, again, the Tennessee transfer, was with this group last year.
This is Kitzelman territory, the tight end.
Aguilar, high throw, batted in the air, it's intercepted again! Zachary Tillman, Zachary inside the 20. Listen to this place go crazy.
As I mentioned before the play, 3rd downs, Kitzelman has been one of Joey Aguilar's favorite targets. Well, that's been the scouting report. As you try to undercut it, tips and overthrows, Zachary Tillman takes advantage of that. And Dave, you mentioned it, turnovers and taking advantage of those turnovers. That's been the name of the game as they force another interception.
First and 10. They'll give it to Booth. Booth will make the turn and pick up a couple of yards. Arion Carter. Get to sign the big cowbell.
More cowbell.
Carter, by the way, 13 tackles to lead Tennessee today. Hand it off, Booth. Inside the 10, runs right into Carter. It'll be 3rd down and a couple. They give it to Booth. Spins, and he's to the 5. Nylander makes a tackle, but it'll be 1st and goal for Mississippi State.
Booth does a great job picking up the 1st down, but then guess what? Fluff Bothwell comes back into the game. You think you get a break, and then the other one just comes in and they reload at that running back position.
They give it to Bothwell. He's down to the 2-yard line. Carter with another tackle.
Alert Blake Shapen again, handing this ball off, but if they crash, he'll keep it around the edge.
He'll dump it off this time. Trying to hit the tight end. Seydou Traore. Touchdown! Mississippi State.
He may have stepped out, Dave. Let's take a closer look. And I see grass there. That's incredible athleticism to be able to keep his feet in, toe tap, and then dive to be able to get a score. Incredible. I saw him yesterday at practice do a front flip and land it at practice.
That wasn't a front flip, but that was certainly Supermanish. If that's a word, I just created one.
That kid is athletic, and that's why Jeff Lebby wants to get him the ball more often because he is a mismatch nightmare for defenders alike. Safeties and linebackers stand no chance.
The young man, a fifth-year senior out of London, England, transferred here from Arkansas State, been in this program a few years now. Seydou Traoré with a remarkable effort to get it into the end zone. And the Bulldogs are back out in front. It is getting crazy in Starkville.
You see the turnover by Zakari Tillman create an opportunity for that offense to put more points up. Mississippi State 34-27.
The journey to be in the 12 that will play for a national championship. It is on full display. I mean, heck, here's the deal. We got a long way to go here, okay? I mean, there's 8 minutes to play, but if Mississippi State wins this, somehow holds on for this, they're going to be 5-0, be in the top 25. And I know it's a stretch, but you got to start saying,
you got to put them in a conversation. They have to be put into the conversation. If Tennessee was put into the conversation and Mississippi State is able to win, then by that metric, 2 top 15 wins means they have a great resume by beating Arizona State.
Arizona State with a good win last night.
Absolutely.
Let's see what Josh Heupel dials up here on first down from the 25. Pass is caught by Brazel. That's his 5th catch today. Brazel's averaging 100 yards receiving this season each game. He's closing in on 100. Matter of fact, he is at 94 right now. Handoff right side. There is Star Thomas. Star down at the 44, so second down and about 2. And it looks like Jesse Perry's the injured player for Tennessee.
And freshman right tackle for this starting offensive line for Tennessee. This is always something of great concern. You don't want to see, and I feel like we've seen quite a few injuries over the course of today, which is never the game that you want to see. And you'll see him right in the middle engage as he's caught in that traffic, and he just gets rolled up on that left leg. And that's where, you know, playing that offensive line with so many bodies flying around, it's very difficult to come out unscathed week in and week out.
Again, we were told David Sanders, who wears number 70, their 5-star, #1 ranked lineman in the country. There he is right there, was available to play for the first time this year. Talking to Josh Heupel about him yesterday, he's like, man, I've coached some good ones, but this guy's got all the tools. Yeah, but how about your first game in this setting?
Especially with what's at stake and what's on the line. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left in this game. Down by 7. And Mississippi State is frothing at the mouth with where they've been at and how they've played defensively this year. That's a tall task to try to come in and get kind of your feet wet in SEC play.
I mean, I'm just looking at him right there just a moment ago, just thinking what's going through my mind, right? You've been injured. You're trying to get out there. You want to play, but here's your moment right now. 7:15 to go, 4th quarter, on the road, 1-score game, and now you got to protect the edge.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a tall task, but this is why he came to Tennessee, right? This is why he's playing in the SEC, because of moments like this. And when your number's called, got to take advantage of it, as you see Jesse Perry getting helped and assisted off to the sideline. You hope he's okay.
They'll hand it off to Star Thomas. Watch David Sanders right here on this first play.
Yeah, he comes in as the right tackle, and to get his feet wet, Josh Heupel says, we're going to pull you and just go hit somebody. And that's how you get started.
Pass is caught by Mike Matthews, and he is dropped just over the 45. We'll spot him at the 47. Brandon Jennings there to make a play. Second down, and let's call it about 9, I guess, yeah. Try to run it again. Nowhere to go. Zachary Tillman steps up to make that play. Tillman's 5th tackle.
I'm Joey Aguilar here on 3rd and 10. I got to go find my playmaker. Get the ball to Chris Brazzell and let him do what Chris Brazzell does.
3rd down and 10. 4-man rush. Dump it off underneath. Thomas stops shy of the line of game, which is the Mississippi State 43. Let's see what Josh Heupel wants to do here on 4th down. Looks like he's going to keep his offense on the field.
I feel like this is 4-down territory. You get down to 5 minutes left in the game. You got to create some momentum for yourself, down by 7. This is the time to go get it. You got one-on-one matchup with Chris Brazzell up at the top of your screen. Keep an eye out there.
Aguilar passes, caught, 1st down, Tennessee. Brazzell steps up again. I'll say it one more time. His name should be Big Play Brazzell. Keeps the drive alive. 4:41 and counting. Handoff. Thomas hit once, hit twice, and dropped after a gain of 1. Dinkins the first one.
Check out Joey Aguilar on that 4th down attempt, fading to his right, still throwing accurately enough. You get it in the ballpark, Chris Brazzell's going to make a play. Big Play Brazzell showcases why he is the top dog in the SEC.
That is 6'5", 200 pounds. A tough matchup for anybody. Deshaun Bishop checks in at running back. 2nd down and 9. Aguilar trying to throw, hit as he throws, caught inside the 20, Mike Matthews. A gain of 17 yards, the 6th catch for Matthews. So again, 2 receivers over 100 yards today.
Joey makes the throw, stands in the pocket while getting hit, still delivers a strike to Mike Matthews.
Handoff, Bishop. Dancing around inside the 15. They'll spot him at the 12.
And he got a guy on his hips, on his legs. He's still able to fire it out across the field on the opposite hash, deliver a strike for a 1st down.
Big time drive for Tennessee. They got to stick it in the end zone. Handoff goes to Bishop. DJ Reed with the tackle. It'll be 2nd and short. 3rd and short, excuse me. Movement up front. The youngster Sanders, I think, got a little bit eager.
Ball start. 70 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Remember, this is the true freshman. Just gets a little eager, over his toes, false start, and it probably couldn't come at a more inopportune time as this offense is looking to score. There's Coleman Hustler there.
Aguilar under pressure, gets the pass away, caught, second ever first down. Tennessee will have it first and goal. Braylon Staley with a heck of an effort to pick up the first down. Man, oh man, a 2-minute timeout. Buckle up, folks. I know there's a bounce house down in Orlando at Central Florida, but this place has been bouncing since about 2 hours before kickoff. That young man been bouncing all day. 34-27, 2 minutes to go. You want to talk about big boy drives? This is it. 12 plays, 69 yards, 6 minutes off the clock. Your quarterback, Joey Aguilar, is 6 for 6 for 54 yards. You just converted a fourth down. First and goal from the 6. Aguilar turns the corner, dives for the end zone. Touchdown! What a drive by the Big Orange. They are an extra point away from tying this one up.
And take a look. Did he come down before the ball crossed the plane? And that appears to be good to me. His hip looks like it's on the ground, but the ball from that angle looks like it crossed the goal line. I think that'll count. Here's another angle, hip on the ground. I believe that ball crossed there.
I think that's a touchdown.
And what a run by Joey Aguilar, and that entire drive, like you mentioned, hinged off of his play, converting on fourth down to keep the drive alive and then getting into the zone.
Braylon Staley converts the fourth down, sets him up inside the 10. Browser with another huge catch. And boy, what a drive for that man, Joey Aguilar. A huge extra point on the way. Max Gilbert has never missed one. We are tied with 1:55 to play, and what a drive for number 6 in orange.
Yeah, he was absolutely incredible. On the day, he's been phenomenal, but you look at that drive in particular, going 6 of 6, and then picking up the yardage with the legs that he needed. This is the Superman that they needed to have. You're going to look at some of the throws that he made in the pocket. That was fourth down. They needed to have that play to Chris Brazzell. Has defenders hanging on his back, still delivers a strike to Mike Matthews. Flushed out of pocket, no problem. Braylon Staley does what he needs to do, and then, in the red zone, he becomes a threat and a runner, and he makes you pay with his dual threat athleticism to tie the ball game up with 1:55 left on the clock.
Hey, you know, just to think for a second, he could have been playing quarterback at UCLA in front of about 15,000 people on a team that's struggling, or could be right here. I think his mom and dad are pretty excited that he decided to find his way to Knoxville.
Absolutely. First road start in the SEC. I think he's doing well.
So now you got to turn the page. What will Mississippi State do on this drive? Before they get the football, let's get an update from Dari. Thank you, Dari. We've got 1:55 on the clock here. Bulldogs will start this one. Kind of an empty set. They'll have Fluff Bothwell on the field, but he is split way out on the far side in the slot. Shaping to throw. Pressure comes. Hit! Ball is in the air, hanging forever. Bothwell catches it. Only a gain of 2, but man, that ball felt like it was in the air for a long time.
Yeah, it was. Bryson Easton providing the pressure, and Blake Shapen has taken a beating today, but still is able to get positive yardage on that first throw as that clock is winding down.
Each team with 3 timeouts. Shapen steps and fires incomplete. That one hit Coach Heupel over there.
Heupel's reflexes allowed him to get out of the way just in time.
Boy, so now it's 3rd down. Tennessee will line up with 4. Are they going to bring some heat? Boy, it looked like Edwin Spillman, 13, was going to bust in there. Let's see if he comes off this edge. Incomplete. Trying to hit Bothwell with it. Now it's 4th down. Boy, Jeff Levy, he's going to have to, boy, he doesn't want to do this, but he's going to have to punt it away because that would have been the game if you don't get it.
Yeah, Joey Aguilar just coming off of his best drive in the second half. And now you got to punt the ball back to them?
Boy, what a job by Tennessee's defense.
Yes. With 3 timeouts left, too. This is what you're looking for if you're Tennessee to try to go close this game out.
Pulliam punts this one away. Boy, tight spiral. Returnable by Boo Carter. He's got some room near side. Bounces back the other way. Losing a couple of yards. Boo still on his feet and dropped at the 27. Boy, ate up some time on that return, but there is 1 minute and 23 seconds left. There are 3 timeouts on the board for Tennessee. Boy, you know Max Gilbert would love a little redemption after missing a critical field goal in the Georgia game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you would assume with the way Joey Aguilar has played on the last drive, and he's going to have a chance to at least get close to making a kick for it.
Handoff to Bishop. DJ Reed there to make a play. Clock moving to 1:10. Boy, they're just letting this clock roll. Interesting. 20 seconds have gone off since that last play ended. 25 seconds now. 3-man rush. Aguilar underneath. 1st down, Tennessee. That goes to Kitzelman. That'll stop it for a moment. 38 seconds. 37. Clock's now moving. Aguilar. He needs to get out of bounds without to burn a timeout here. Let's see, and they will. Josh Heupel right at midfield calls the timeout. Brian Lanier on the tackle.
Timeout, Tennessee.
Again,
they're first.
Max
this will be a
Gilbert's
30-second timeout.
career long was 53 yards in week 2 against ETSU.
2-4. Thank you.
So you're looking at 35, 36-yard line to get this football.
Yeah, and I'm curious. I'm assuming Coach Heupel didn't speed up the operation of the offense so as not to leave time for Mississippi State, similar to what Mississippi State did their previous drive, going 3 and out, all incompletions to be able to give the ball back to Tennessee. But that much time coming off the clock, you don't want that to come back to bite you in the butt. You got 24 seconds left You could have had a lot more precious time saved earlier. You took a timeout.
.24 seconds. Second down and 1. Vols need to go about 15 yards to have a legitimate shot at a field goal. Aguilar, though, trying to end it right here, going deep. Pass is deflected and knocked away by Jerron Manning. They were trying to hit Brazel. Excuse me, Staley down there.
It's a great job by Jerron Manning undercutting that route. If Staley connects on that, that's a big play for Tennessee, but Jerron Manning says, nah, not today. This sets up third down for this Tennessee offense with 18 seconds left in the game.
They'll go inside handoff. They'll get it to the 44-yard line. Tennessee going quick. Aguilar, clock is moving, 7 seconds. He just sails it out of bounds. Now there's 4 seconds left. I mean, now you just basically got to heave it to the end zone, right?
Yeah, you don't have any opportunity any other way. You still got 2 timeouts. You wasted the opportunity to use those timeouts early in the drive to give your offense more time to work with. Now, throw it to Chris Brazel. Circus catches, especially in the end zone, seem to be his specialty. And you'll see Brazel's in the slot right at the top of your screen there.
Timeout. Mississippi State, they're first.
Mississippi State calling a timeout. They had defensive backs at the goal line. Coleman Hutzler trying to make sure everybody knows what their job is. But I'm just scratching my head about this clock management right now by Tennessee.
Yeah, early in the drive, even whenever they did their first play, which was a run play, you know, you get back on the ball, you snap it, but they wasted and bled 25 seconds off of the clock before snapping the ball on second down. I'm a little confused by that as well. And you got 2 timeouts now. You can't take them with you, so might as well use them while you have them. But there's that man, Chris Brazel. If anybody can make some of those crazy circus catches, especially on a Hail Mary type of attempt, that's the go-to guy to focus on down in the end zone.
Brazel has 6 catches for 105 yards. Matthews 6 catches for 118. That is 6'5" right there. Chris Brazel.
Again, he's here on your screen.
Boy, that defensive setup. They got 3 on the goal line, 4 inside the 20, and they'll have 4 up near the line of scrimmage.
Coleman Hutzler telling them, bat the ball down.
Aguilar spins out of trouble. Flags come down. This is going to be shy. Boy, had they intercepted that, they had a lot of room to run, but Manning couldn't hang on to it. There is a flag in the backfield.
It's going to be holding on the offense.
Holding on the offense, number 72. Penalty is declined. That is the end of regulation.
Overtime coming up here in Starkville.
Welcome to Overtime, presented by GWES.
It's crunch time. In the first overtime, each team gets a possession starting at the opponent's 25-yard line. If it goes to a second overtime, teams again start at the 25-yard line, but must attempt a 2-point conversion after a touchdown with no extra points allowed. From the third overtime on, teams alternate 2-point conversion attempts from the 3-yard line until the game is decided.
They're ready for some overtime here at Davis Wade Stadium. Tennessee 15-10 all-time in overtime games. 0-1 this year, of course, losing to Georgia, that heartbreaker. Mississippi State 7-5 in overtime games, but their last one back in 2023 against Arizona. What a day. What a day here in Starkville. Heck of a football game. The ebbs and flows of this one have been incredible.
All right, guys,
Let's send
nice
it down
job.
to David
The
Smith.
first 4 quarters of the game, we're going to go to overtime. First overtime will be football from the 25-yard line. We'll have 1 coin toss. Whoever wins the toss will have the choice of offense, defense, or which end of the field you want to play on. Tennessee, you're the visiting team. You'll make the call. I'll let the coin hit the ground. That's heads, that's tails, heads, and tails. What do you call?
Heads.
He calls heads. It's tails. Mississippi State, you won the toss. What would you like to do? Defense. Which end of the field you want to go? That way? Mississippi State has won the toss. Tennessee will go on this end of the field.
So the Tennessee offense will get the football first. And they will work, as you might expect, away from the student section.
Where there are less cowbells.
Well, Tennessee has obviously experienced this just a couple of weeks ago. So the balls will line up on that far hash mark. Deshaun Bishop will be your running back. Aguilar, 24 of 40, 335. A touchdown and 2 picks. They'll hand it off to Bishop. Turns the corner. That did not take long. Touchdown, Tennessee. $25 yards.
We've seen Tennessee use that 12 personnel, the twin formation with both of those big guys in the backfield. Bishop makes Zakari Tillman miss, and then it's a foot race to the end zone and gives them the first lead in overtime, awaiting the extra point.
Max Gilbert hammers that one through the uprights, and Tennessee with a 7-point lead, 41-34. Bulldogs about to get the football. Before that happens, let's get an update from Dari. Thank you, Dari. Cutter Bowley getting the start for the Cats, and that worked well on the opening drive. So here the story is 41-34. Pretty simple. Got to find the end zone. Or what has been an electric night here in Starkville will go down in a whimper. Handed off to Fluff Bothwell, and he has stood up. Might have lost a yard. Spillman and Carter. Carter has been all over the field tonight. He's up to 17 tackles.
He's made his presence felt. Sideline to sideline linebacker, exactly what he is. The tip of the spear on defense.
High throw, pass is caught on the far side. Anthony Evans flipped up and out of bounds around the 5. A 20-yard pickup.
explosive play there. Being able to get the crowd back into it on the 5-yard line.
Chapin hit, falls forward to the 4. Joshua Joseph making the play.
You see man-to-man coverage from that last play. Anthony Evans makes a catch. 2 receivers was in the area, and then he shows you his aerial acrobatic ability, leaping over McMurray, picking up a little extra yardage at the end of that run.
Boy, Chapin has taken some hits today. Bothwell trying to find a little bit of a hole, and it's just not there because number 7 is still playing defense. Arion Carter. What a monster, the junior linebacker. Came in leading the conference in tackles with 32, and you know when this day's over, he'll still be number 1. Third down and goal. Chapin looking, cuts it back and slips at the 5. Oh boy, 4th and goal coming up for Mississippi State. One play to keep this dream alive.
Yeah, he slipped on that play. He keeps his eyes up downfield. He had Anthony Evans at the front pylon with nobody around him. Would have been an easy pitch and catch for a touchdown.
Chapin has some time. Sidearm throw. Incomplete. Tennessee has found a way to win one on the road. What a ball game here in Starkville. Let's get some thoughts from Josh Heupel. Morgan?
Well, he's giving some hugs here right now. I'm going to give him a second. But, Coach, your defense there with a huge response to seal this game in overtime. What did you see from that group?
Yeah, great job by them, getting off the field. 4-down stop, just relentless effort from them. I love the competitive makeup of our football team. Defensively, there's a lot of really good things throughout the course of the game. There was a lot of things that offensively we didn't maximize our opportunities. But at the end of the day, this is a win for the good guys in orange, and appreciate our fan base. They were awesome tonight.
The fourth quarter, we saw your quarterback, Joey Aguilar, put together his best drive. What was it about him that changed?
Yeah, there's some things that we missed early in the football game, middle of the football game. But one of the great attributes about Joey is that he's super calm in the storm, and he's the same guy every drive, every play. And love that makeup of him in this football team. Really proud of him.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, any road win in the SEC is a big one. They found a way today. As he said, it wasn't perfect. But, man, coming into this environment with this team that was red hot, full of emotion and confidence, you got to walk out of here feeling really good. And old number 7 for Tennessee had a heck of a game on the defensive side.
Yes. So we take a look at how this all unfolded, and it happened very quickly. Overtime, all it took was one play. That 12 personnel and Deshaun Bishop being able to take a handoff to the crib, and then you go on 4th down. Your defense got lit up throughout the course of the day. All you needed was one stop, and that was enough. And the frustration by Mississippi State. But on the flip side, the celebration by the Tennessee Volunteers.
Wow. What a game in Starkville. Congrats to Josh Heupel. 1-1 in conference play. Mississippi State falls to 0-1 in league play, 4-1 overall. But what a night for SEC football.